Hi everybody, it's Kim from Patriot Garden, and today we're going to talk about grapes. I'm not really sure what variety this grapevine is. All I know is I threw it in the ground and it really must love this place because this is the second year it has produced fruit. The first year there were only a couple of clusters, and this year it is loaded with grapes. Now the grapes are still kind of small, which I think is common for first and second year grapes. They might get bigger as the vine gets older. I'm going to give you some quick tips about your grapevines that I've learned just from dealing with this particular plant, and then we're going to harvest our grapes and we're going to go in and make some, I think even the bugs like it. We're going to go in and make some grape juice, and we're going to talk about making grape jelly. Grapevines like a sunny spot, and this spot does get a little bit of shade in the morning, but it gets sun for most of the day. Grapevines also need something to support them. They are a woody vine. The vines are very thick and sturdy. Now the canes, which is the part where the grapes come off of, those aren't as thick as the vines. And those are the parts of the plant that you're going to want to prune back when the plant is dormant, either in the middle of winter if you have a mild winter, or in the spring before the growing starts. You're going to want to prune these back pretty severely, so that new canes can grow and support new clusters of grapes. Now grapes are very deep-rooted plants, and I did do a little bit of fertilizing, but with a deep-rooted plant like that, I wonder exactly how much of that fertilization is going to have an immediate effect on the plant. I will top dress it in the spring again, and then I'll pretty much leave it alone for the year. I will take care of the leaves in terms of spraying for pests and also spraying for disease. We had a little bit of Japanese beetle issue this year, but not too bad, and this grapevine really did well. I'm going to harvest these grapes, and I'm also going to be weighing them so that we can keep track of our harvest from year to year. Not a bad harvest for our first year with these grapevines. The grapes are, as I said, a little on the small side, but they are super sweet. And I know that there are some that are not ripe yet. I see some lighter purple ones in here, and there are definitely a few green ones here and there. But I think if I leave them much longer, that the birds are going to find out that they are sweet, and they're going to start eating them on me. The other thing is, a lot of people say to wait until the very first frost, but our frost is not expected here until October, and by then I'll have no grapes left. So while they're sweet and while they're good enough to make some jelly this year, I will do what I can with these and hope for a better harvest next year. All right, so let's go inside and turn these into grape juice. First thing I'm going to do is take them all off the stem, put them in a big heavy bottom pan. I'm going to cover them with water, and they should only need about 10 minutes to 15 minutes of a simmer before the grapes burst and release all their juice. So let's get started. Okay, so we ended up with a huge bowl of grapes, pretty good for our first year harvest. We picked out all of the stems that we could. We did pick out all of the bugs. I saw one more. I'm going to put them in a flat bottom pot, cover them with water, simmer them for about 10 to 15 minutes till the grapes burst and then I'm going to put them through a fine strainer. That juice is then just going to go into the refrigerator until it's time to make jelly. The berries are starting to burst. I'm going to let them simmer another 5 minutes or so. I'm going to then skim off this foam on the top. There's no reason to leave that there. I just want to get rid of that before I put it through the strainer. We got a really great pile of grape juice. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. When it's cool, I'm going to taste it. That will help me decide how much sugar I'm going to add to my final jelly recipe. I will put a jelly recipe down below if you'd like to do this. You can even do this with store-bought grape jelly if you want to try your hand at it. It's super easy and it's super delicious. All right, everybody. Till next time, happy gardening.